Say hey everybody. So the sun is just getting ready to come up this morning. It's nice and early. Got my coffee brewing, and I finally got my parts from my friend 3D printing up this lower section of the Chaos Magaera. So welcome to the channel, everybody. This is Everyman's 40K channel, and I'm Everyman, your host. Please go check out part 1 of the Chaos Magaera build, because this is part 2 and it will make much more sense. So let's dump these out real quick, at least, so you get them out of the bag so you guys can see what we're dealing with. So here we go, quite a few parts. Make sure we're not forgetting anything. Yep, over here, 1 second. All right, there we go. So we got a few knuckles, a few ball joints. Here's the main body. And I started to actually glue that already. That's 2 pieces, as you can see right there by that seam. There's a seam right there. So now you could probably tell by this what it's going to look like. We have some legs. We have a tail. Yes, we have a tail. So anyway, this is it. Here is everything I'm going to do. I'm going to build this baby, and in about 20-30 minutes, I'll come back and we'll go ahead and do the full rotation, full display, and then we'll put this body onto it and we'll get going. All right, I'm back and this thing is finally built. Check this baby out, looking good. Get you a kind of angle here. Look at that. Put it back on the base. Turn this baby around. Yeah, we did a Centaur. So this is my Magaera Centaur Chaos Knight. Check that out though. That came out sweet. Fits on the base nice. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now that we've seen this and the surprise is over, we went ahead and we went with the Centaur. So to kick this off, I'm just going to show you one thing that we're going to do right off the bat. Is I have this piece here, which is the shield that came off of the standard Knight kit. I took this top piece here, which came off of the Be'lakor kit. So obviously Chaos, this was supposed to go down on the base. I did not use that for the base because I did something special for Be'lakor's base. And then these skulls, or this particular skull, if you look right down here on the table, you can see I got a whole bunch of these skulls. Well, these are from sometime back in the 1990s, I think 96, 97. So this is going to go right here. So to give you an idea, we're going to find out how to mount that right there. So that's the first thing, or one of the things we're going to do. Then we're going to have spikes or spines coming up out of the body. And where we're going to do that is we're going to make this asymmetrical. So we're going to have this, one side is not going to look like the other. We're just going to chaos it. We're going to be asymmetrical. We're going to be lopsided, a little bit here, a little bit there, spikes, skulls, horns, chains, all kinds of things. So we're going to do some spikes in this area here, and we're going to do it in this area here, and we're going to do 3. Then what we're going to do is we're probably going to do another spike, couple spikes over here, maybe one back on this plate, and then somewhere maybe down even lower, and maybe something over here or something on this shoulder pad. This is going to be sculpted. We are going to use Multipart. Some people prefer to use green stuff. I have Multipart. It's cheap, $7.99 for this big kit. So let me go ahead, and the first thing we're going to do, I think it's going to be the most difficult out of this whole project, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start and we're going to lay in with the Multipart the little bumps and the broken armor and these units coming out. Once we get that done, everything else I think should flow relatively easy. So I'm gonna log off here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you. Basically, I'm gonna reverse engineer it and show you what we did. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do one of these. That's what this channel is all about, so we're gonna do it. So here I have a sort of like a little disc of kneaded Multipart. So we're gonna take this, and this is going to be the pimple, and we're going to put it right here, and we're just going to press it to get it to stick. Okay, so once that's stuck, take any type of tool, point, flat, X-Acto blade, could be anything, just something that you can sculpt with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're just going to start sculpting. So then you need some water and a brush. Okay, so now we're going to come in here and we're going to cut this up, and I'm going to go into threes. So second, hold on, we're going to grab a straw and we're going to cut out the center. So again, that's the center of the pimple. Then we're going to come in here. Again, just design. There. Like this. Like that. And then roll that back. Open that pimple up. All three sides. See how nasty that looks? Then we take our spike stick that spike in there. Then we go back in and we resculpt. A little bit of water. So as you can see, and I'll show you close up, all that is just laying down the pimples, digging out a center hole, then kind of making veins or like splits, and then that's it. I mean, it's pretty easy sculpting wise in regards to, you know, sculpting. It's not like we're, you know, creating a whole orc face or something that has a lot of detail. We've got the sculpting here. So the next part is we're going to take this same technique and we're going to move it back, and we're going to do some sculpting back here on the rear of this shoulder pad, and we're going to drop 2 of those spikes. So that way it just doesn't look like, oh, the spikes just kind of came through the main body, bang, bang, you know. No, we're going to make it look like these are growths, or these are some kind of something coming out of this thing because it's been warped by chaos. So again, we're going to move from this location back, and we're going to drop 2 spikes back here. So once I do that, then we're going to start adding pikes and skulls and other things. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to work on this back corner. Similar technique. And then I'll come back, okay? All right, so we're back, and let's continue. So I wanted just to show you, do a front shot real quick. This is, we've seen already. Here's the front. So this part is done. We'll move around to the shoulder blade. As you can see, that part is done. So we've got the spikes, and I think that is as far as we're going to go. As you can see, I've got an additional, or I've moved forward a little bit. So I have my first pike right here with 2 skulls in it. So as you can see, piece of plastic, drilled, 2 skulls. So running up right down the middle of the skulls with a little nice spike at the top. In the back, you can see a chain. Back here, I have another pike already set, drilled. Another little skull with the side spike going in. And I've attached a chain. So this is the actual first chain work that we're doing. So I just want to explain real quick the process for the chains. It's not a hard process, and it's not, again, it's just a time-consuming process. So we're using 1/16 of an inch or 2 millimeter rod, or a 1/16 of an inch plastic rod, right? And then skulls from the GW pack. And then I just want to show you real quick the drill bits that you have to use, and I'll give you a size comparison. So here you go. That's a 25 millimeter base. So as you can see, those drills are kind of really small. And I start with this small, super small one here first, and I drill a pilot hole into those tiny little skulls. That way it just gives me more control of the line that I want to drill through the skull. And then I go back and I chase through that hole to get the proper size so it fits on the pike. So it's not a hard process, just time consuming. As I stated, just takes a while to start drilling. You got to change out your drill bits. You got to drill 3 or 4 different times. I'm using a super thin piece of wire. And this piece of wire is what I'm using to connect my chain. So in the back here on this chain, let me see if I can get a better shot. So right there, you can see that tiny piece of wire. I just create a loop with a spike, and again, I drill into that pike piece and set it with glue. So again, not hard, nothing hard about doing this, but these pikes are time consuming. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm not going to show you every single little bit of this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this project forward, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain or show you kind of what I did and where the pikes are at. Real quick, I'm going to let you know. So what we're going to do is in the back here on his rear haunches, we're going to put some spikes, probably 3 in a row, 1, 2, 3, and on this side, same thing on the back, 1, 2, 3. We're going to come up here, and as you can see, I've already got a hole drilled right there, a little tiny hole. So one pike is going to go there, that chain is going to connect, then we're going to come across over here, and we're going to drill another pike, and we're going to loop that chain across and let it hang, probably with the skull on it. So again, just thinking about the layout and what you want this to look like, and then just moving forward on your design, and it's all just right now just effort and time. So all right, so we're gonna get moving. I got to get this done. I'm actually going to play with this model this weekend. Even if it's not completely finished, we're still going to put it on the table. I got to start testing my army because I got a tournament coming up. Okay, everybody, so let me get some more done, and we'll come back and show you what we got. Okay, so here we go. We are now complete with the top. As we discussed, we have the chain all hooked in, going from left to right, right to left. We have the center section done, and as we discussed, we have the top shoulder blade done on the left hand side. And then we went ahead, and as again discussed, we added that to the front. We went ahead and drilled and hung some chains off there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop some skulls on the bottoms of those chains. Then we're going to move on to something unique. So in the next phase, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and end this one because we've already hit around the 20-minute mark, and I try to keep these around 20 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this one out, but then when we come back, we're going to do some unique stuff. And on this side, on this shoulder blade, we're going to actually implement the cloth, or the kind of like a robe or something that is a cloth-like material that's going to hang down, but also be aged and old and ripped and look like it's coming from chaos, something out of the warp. And then we're also going to do a lot more chain work. As we've discussed before, we still have to put the spikes on the rear shoulder blades back here, or the rear haunches, I call them. Then do a couple more little things here, and we're going to be able to wrap it up, I think, in the next episode. So if you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button and smash that notification bell, because number 3 is going to be coming out in, again, another week, maybe week and a half. I try to do one of these every 2 weeks. So I appreciate everybody who's already subscribed. If you're a new subscriber, please go check out all my other videos. I got some stuff in there for Grey Knights. I got some stuff in there for Orcs. And we're going to wrap this one up. And like we always say, may all your dice rolls come up 6s, unless you're looking for a 1, everybody. Peace out.